Moving on. Fresh SD card, fresh batteries. And I did have it set up a little bit higher because I was working on the back of the cheeks here. So I'll get this finished off and I'll move to the other side. See how deliberate I'm being right here because of this. There's a grain line that runs it. It's actually quite large. It's running right here, so I'm being quite deliberate there in splitting things up. Kind of following that grain line all the way down. Turn it down just a titch. As I move on to this back edge of the cheeks. Where they meet the back of the head. And I just want the cheeks to just nicely blend into the back of the head there. Okay, starting to come to the bottom here. I believe I was talking about paintbrushes and quality paint and mediums. And another thing that is really important when it comes to painting is really knowing how to mix colors. And I've known since I was a young girl how to mix colors because my mom was an artist as well. And I even gave a presentation in 5th grade on mixing colors. And demonstrated to the class with food color and water how colors mix. So I've always had a pretty good understanding of, maybe a close-up view of this, pretty good understanding of the way colors work. I can look at a color and just know how much of this and how much of that is needed to achieve that color. And it comes with doing. I really enjoyed painting, coloring when I was younger, and things like the spirograph and paint by numbers and origami, and there's all kinds of different colorful things that I really enjoyed doing, and painting was at the top of the list. And so what I'm trying to say is it's important for you to really sit down and study color. Have an understanding of the primary colors and the secondary colors and the complementary colors that there are in our color wheel. And the primary colors are red, blue, and yellow. And each of those mixed with the other produces the secondary colors, the colors in between on a circle. In between the primary colors comes the secondary colors, and they're achieved by mixing the color on either side. And then complementary colors are across the wheel from each other. So while I'm finishing up the other cheek, I can pick up where we left off talking about paint products and why it's important to buy quality brushes, quality paints and mediums. It's difficult when you first are starting out to have to buy both because they can be very expensive. But you are investing for quite some time. I mean, I still have Grumbacher Finest, which hasn't been made for many, many years, which was a preference in the 80s and the 90s. Again, I'm seeing a grain line that I'm kind of catching up and See how I can just take and when I cut that longer barb line in half, kind of curves the tip of the feather barb. For a realistic look. It's kind of been interesting keeping track of the time it takes me to woodburn something like this. And I probably didn't even realize how much time. Having never documented it. Each one of my videos is about 20 minutes long, give or take. So I have a pretty good idea the amount of time that I'm putting into this project. It started out as a demonstration for a private class, and we knew we weren't going to get all the way completed without having to rush things. And this is my demonstration. For those students and anyone else who wants to know how far I would take the wood burning on a redhead drakehead. I did one of these years ago, and I was commissioned to do the guy said, the collector, Ron Sproles, I don't know if anyone remembers him, his wife Barbara, and he said, Laurie, I'd like for you to carve me a bitchin' redhead. And I took the commission and went home from the North American Championship, Wildfall Carving Championships in Livonia, Michigan, and got started. And I found it quite a challenge. And they were quite surprised when I mailed it off. They got it, and when they looked at the bottom, I'd signed it, Bitchin' Redhead.